Enoy Extreme Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
I request you to be careful as you respond to these questions.
I want to ask the ED, the PS, are you in charge of this ministry? Are you alive to the business of the Ministry of Works? If you are in charge, why have you left consultants and contractors take charge of this ministry?
The picture is all Ministry of Works and Transport people, they are thieves. I was leaving this morning, my office, I saw a letter from the president sacking 6 engineers, including a few I'm seeing on this front bench here, sacking them, not even predicting they should go.
You are watching Extreme Media UG. Subscribe for all the updates.
We have been joined by the minister, and he has been a champion on television fighting the thieves. And we want to appreciate at least this time we have a minister in the field. So we appreciate your efforts, Honorable Minister. Hopefully we can help you. We have seen you talking about engineers benefiting 6%. Today you can just show us and we take them for you. 6%, 3%. We have seen you on the Mpigi Express talking about the thieves. Now you are here with us today. With the, apparently in quotes, the thieves. So you help us today. You just say it is the other one and the other one. And we reduce the number. I can see there are many. If one leaves the front bench, another one replaces. So, Honorable Minister, you can kindly give your brief, then we allow the ministry technical officials to respond. But the technical officials, I want to kindly request you to be careful as you respond to these questions. We have a whole day and we have so many roads that have delayed. We will not hesitate, like the honorable members have requested. We have been joined by CID, and try not to insult our intelligence again. Give the facts as they are and nothing less. Deputy Chair, you want to say something?
Chair, just for the record, may I get from the last presenter again, what is the new revised completion date? Is it the one of August 2026 or the one of December 2028? Which one are you owning?
Chair, the contract has been extended in the interim because the contract for the new scope is being processed. So in the interim, it has been extended up to August of this year. However,
are the relevant documents there?
Yes.
Yes, Chair. If you see the annex to the presentation, Annex 1, it actually has the details.
Okay.
So they are not in the main presentation, but in the annex.
That's okay. Secondly, according to you, what is the financial progress? Is it 49% or it's what we have estimated as 85%? Some of us are able to do arithmetic, though not mathematics.
The financial progress is, the 49% is against the revised estimate. It's not against the original contract. The financial progress is measured against the revised scope of 1.3.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you also revised what is called the IRR, internal rate of return?
Yes. The bank undertook reappraisal for revised scope last year, and they updated the economic analysis.
You have the figures?
Yes.
What is it?
The IRM, I don't know, but the NPV is 29.
And the last chair from me, during your communication you talked about toll revenue, but the presenter has not reflected this one anywhere. Is there any projected toll revenue for the project?
If I may come in briefly. This side. This side, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
About the NPV. What do you say the NPV was? 29 what? I had something like 29 what? The NPV.
$29 million, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
We must always give it a unit. You say 29.
Okay.
I wouldn't know whether to 29 billion or 29 million.
Honorable Minister.
That's fine.
Honourable Chair, I beg your indulgence. Minister, you are most welcome. But Honourable Chair, as a welfare officer, I'm receiving impressions that the officer may want something. Maybe invite them because they may not want. So they may officially, those who wish. We don't want members to think this Parliament and NRM and PLOU we are mean. So kindly.
Honorable, are you on which side now?
I'm on this side, but I don't want them to look. Yeah.
I had invited them earlier for tea, but they are not moving.
Thank you. Clerk, I think you have heard.
Honorable Minister, we have the Minister give his remarks.
Just one more to the ED. Just one. Thank you very much, Chair, for giving me way. The ED is the administrative head of the institution. And many of the queries which have come from this side, many of them are accountability queries. I want to ask the ED, the PS, are you in charge of this ministry? Are you alive to the business of the Ministry of Works? If you are in charge, why have you left consultants and contractors take charge of this ministry? Going by the report that has just been presented by you and your technical staff.
Mr. Chair, a small demand before the minister. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I don't want to distract the minister. Could they also give us the list of the PAPs, the affected persons of this new project? They'll present it to you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay. But largely, when they diverted the road to the swamp, we don't expect any compensation. Because unless they are built in swamps, because the NEMA Act does not give compensation to people in wetlands. It's very clear. So I don't know if they have compensated the fish, but they are going to tell us if the swamps have titles. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I will begin by apologizing for coming a bit late. But it's because one of our ministers in the ministry lost the father, and we have been trying to make all ends meet. And we apologize. We didn't turn up at the earlier date due to other commitments, and we are happy that you understood us. And that's how you see we wanted to ensure we prepare very well. We come with a very big team. That's why you see even yesterday, Honorable Chair, you are surprised the delegation which is before you. And this is what we wanted, because previously you could find a minister comes with 0 or 4 people, and you find some other technical officers that are carrying the cross which is not theirs. That's why we decided to bring all these ones, in case you realize one of them committed a mistake. You don't accuse the boss when the junior person. And the Honorable Chair and honorable members here, it is our mandate as the Ministry of Works and the Transport to ensure we hand our infrastructure in this country, especially our roads. Our roads even would need tarmac in their area. Not specifically for luxury, but this is how it helps people transport their commodities to the market and even doing cross-border and interstate business. And also at the same time, where tarmac has not reached, it is our role and mandate to ensure the maram roads are maintained well, because we know that all roads in the country cannot be tarmacked at once. We need to tarmac them in a phased manner, but also we ensure the projects we have taken, they don't stay for a very long time. And I'm happy when you asked for the comprehensive report to an extent of reaching the contracts. We see how some of these contracts are signed. Honorable Chair, I do agree I'm leading a team. Not all the people who are in front of us here are spoiled, because now the picture is all Ministry of Works and Transport people, they are thieves. This is not something which originated from me. You had even the statements of the head of state even before appointment of the new cabinet. Me, I'm inheriting a team with instructions on table. Instructions, these are reports which come from you, and with guidance both from Parliament from cabinet that this is how we want our country to move. And our people, they are very good engineers. They know what to do, except some of them along the way, they gas spray. That's how you are able to hear someone signing a contract when there are no designs. Some of these roads you will see someone sign a contract when even there is no right of way. When he or she knows this road is supposed to pass on the ground, not in the air, a contractor goes on site, spends there 2 years, eventually charges the government billions of money for equipment. This is another form of treason, really. How can you commit government without right of way? You will see, like the Mpigi Express, the way you have rightly said, some of them here, they will tell you there's no problem there. If I tell you you have given them a chance, they will tell you there's no problem. But in actual senses, there is a problem. A project which was supposed to cost 547 billion, because of changing of the alignment, it goes to 1.3 trillion. And eventually, that money is not enough. We need more 700 billion, which will go to 2 trillion. This is on record if the road is to be finished. But the problem is quite surprising, but we don't feel shy to tell you because our supervisors and the ones who give us money. But all these are individual problems. Some of the people who have been bad along the way, they went off. Others still will continue, but we are working to solve this problem. However, there are also some projects which are progressing well. And someone will ask you, why is it others are progressing or not progressing? There are different engineers which are put on these projects. Now, for like the Mpigi, I will give my remarks briefly at the same time answering a few questions I had from here. It is true the road was diverted from the dry land to a wetland. And the investigations are still going on, but the preliminary investigations show a few individuals had some structures ahead after the swamp. So the only way to reach on their buildings was through the swamp. Unfortunately, as you reach now, all of them are demolished, but reports are available.
Honorable Minister, maybe because you don't want to say all these individuals are involved, you tell us the individuals.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. And again, the issue of the titles, it is true there were titles in the swamp, but I think by the time they wanted to compensate them, already the whistleblowers had brought this on board, and those titles, they are not paid. But if supposing no one had brought it to attention of the government, the titles also could have been paid. We know very well the title does not belong to, a swamp does not belong to any person. But these are our innocent engineers, I think also, who are under the pressure of some other people who are pressurizing them. But I'm happy the people I have here.
Honorable Minister, you are not telling us. You are speaking, but you are not telling us.
Honorable Chair, allow me to finish.
Will you give us the names at the end?
I will give you, allow me to make my brief in 5 minutes. I will give you.
When you refer to something like that, you must, because I don't believe all these are bad people. Some are God fearing, you can see them.
Honorable Chair, I will give. Honorable Chair, but as I told you, not all these are bad, and even those ones who are about to get spoiled and were involved in any way.
There are some on the way.
We have had several meetings in the ministry on how to move in a new line, especially to avoid overcommitting government. And we have come up with some of the new plans which are moved with. There is no signing of any contract of the road if the right of way is not acquired by 50%. But even the President has guided this that 50% is less, it should be 75. Then number two, even when someone has done his work, we have had a problem. Someone presents an IPC, a certificate for payment last year, is not paid, but someone brings it today is paid, that irregularity. Someone who worked 1 year back, you have not paid the certificate. Someone who brings it 2 weeks, you pay. That also hinders our contractors. You find they are handicapped, they don't have money, I think due to these ones who are suffocating them. Then also, we have made it in a way, keep on talking to these people, they're also human beings. A few ones, that's how even all of us, we go to Sunday every day. We go there to repent the sins we have committed. Also at the same time, we listen to the clergy, how they're educating us. So I must tell you, I'm presenting a team which is transformed and committed to solve the challenges which are there. But I'm happy through you, Chair, and this committee, even Parliament, even the head of state, they are committed. Whoever was involved in these problems we are hearing, they are keeping on getting one by one. The Busega Mpigi, I will answer what someone asked. The people who are suspected were implicated. That's why you saw our PS being interdicted. And yet by that time, he was not much involved in these things. The PS was interdicted. And we have a number of engineers who are recording statements at IGG. I want to leave it at that. IGG is handling. And even those who left government, they were involved, the president has guided. They have to be checked and they are worked on. And we are happy the president is taking lead in most of these things. And even, it's not only a Busega, big other projects. As I was leaving this morning, my office, I saw a letter from the president sacking 6 engineers, including a few I'm seeing on this front bench here, sacking them, not even interdicting they should go. And is choosing them on projects of Mpigi, Mubende, Fort Poto Road, the Masaka Mutukula, and many other projects. So we are happy the head of state is also coming up to help the different investigating agencies. And even some of them, as they delay, is coming up. For us, we are here to implement. But what I must say, we are not considering the corrupt. Neither our people are here that they are supporting the corrupt. We are there to deliver our mandate, and we are also happy that Parliament increased our budget, because we had also an issue of the budget was low, yet the contractors were demanding a lot of money, but most of this money was coming through how badly our contracts are drafted. You find that, for example, a project is given 500 billion to finish the work. But even as we reach the way, almost like 250 billion is taken in the things of the engineers. Is it claims that when you write to the ministry for design, they delay to give you, and some of them delay for their own reasons. They know once I delay, this money will charge, and they get kickback. So as he has mentioned, so you really find we have been moving in an improper way. And at the end of the day, even these very engineers pass on those very roads. To an extent, even their areas, there are some roads which are not tarmacked. So we have made a commitment, we as the Ministry of Works, we leave the past for the investigators to continue, and our supervisors like you, the committee and others, then we set a new pace to ensure that we move on. That's why you see last time I moved to Busega Mpigi, the purpose was, I knew the information there, was to ensure how does this project move, because the government has already put 547 billion, which is finished. And then now there was, we went to borrow, Parliament passed a loan from ADB of 900 billion. This 900 billion, before it comes, we need 82, which the contractor is demanding us. So I wanted to comfort the contractor to go back on site, who is already on site, is working, because the project must move. We need a deed, regardless of what these people put us in. So, and I also met the African Bank to ensure that we move on, because if this one they store, I don't know whether, if they get them, whether someone will be able to bring 200 billion, whether they still have it, I don't know. So that's what took me there. But one of the chairs, I conclude, I must say, our people here, they are committed. Even those who are bad ones are changing. Even the good ones, they keep on guiding those other ones. But however much when the wave comes, it takes even the ones who are innocent. But later, they are cleared. But I must inform you, we are committed, even without the PS acting on other people, solve all these problems. And the issue of corruption, it has really contributed much to the failure of these projects. And it has even hindered the good contractors to deliver their work. For example, to get a design, you rotate around. A design when even you have the whole department recruited to do that. These are Ugandans who stay in their offices. But they twist around, and you find in that way, the contractor is also demoralized. Then also, most of these contractors, as we said, it's not only these engineers of ours. There are even other people in the country. A contractor comes to get a project, they will get like 6% out of them. But also I was telling the contractors, they give and they receive of a bribe. All of them are corrupt. In an event where the giver is not reported, they don't report. But for them, they do not mind. They are non-Ugandans. That money they will indirectly bring back in the contract, and eventually we shall have to pay. So we are condemning this, and we should condemn it. Then even the payment, every certificate you get, if they have paid 200 billion, they take 60% from you. Here also contractors will be handcuffed. If I get 200 billion, you take about 3 billion. There is some way a caravan will be affected. But I met them. They are also willing to resume work fully, and we continue with this project. And I thank you. I'm here to answer whatever you can ask. What I cannot afford, the people are here. And the completion date for the Mpigi is 2028. But of which we think after 2028 we must be honest. We may not complete in 2028, depending on the challenges we saw. But the contractor himself is doing good work on site. And also this is the lesson for us to learn. We should learn to support our local contractors. Our local contractors, yes, they may start slowly, but 10, 15 years from now, they will also be big like these other foreign companies we have. It is also time we support them slowly. They come up to help us. Otherwise, the question of are we in charge of the ministry or no? Yes, we are in charge of the ministry. That's why some of those anomalies have been able to be identified. Some of them come from these very technical people here. Some of them have access to the president. They take their reports, investigate the bodies. We are in charge of the ministry. That's why you see things that are moving, and we continue to move to ensure the one who had bad intentions changes positively, and the one who had negative intentions changes positively. We have the best engineers here. They read books and they know what to do. Sometimes they are tempted by the people from the public. They are the ones who are tempted them. You find along the way, you can see someone who might have been born again for the last 20 years, but he messes up in 1 year. That one does not mean he's easy to be born again. He goes back and repents, and he goes back, serves in that same church. So, Honorable Chair, thank you, and we are ready as a team to give the necessary information, because we believe when we are very to you, you're able to help us, you guide us, we move accordingly, we ensure all our Tamaka roads are completed in time. At the same time, the Maram roads are maintained. Even we go to help the districts to ensure that they maintain their network. Thank you.
Kindly respond to the question.
Procedure, Chair. Procedure.
Honorable Emma. Then
Procedure.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Honorable Minister. We have been waiting for you. And there's some things I've analyzed from your speech, and they have left me a little bit confused, or putting my energy low. About 2 or 3 things. Number one is that the ministers seem to have, defended this staff, all of them, that they should not even account to this committee somehow. Because it seems now what we're asking here should not be asked. And then number 2 is that it seems there are people that even, don't respect the directive. Because there were people that were suspended here. And then you confirm that some of them are still here. What, as a committee, what are we doing here?
what the Honorable Minister stated is he has just received the letter.
Yes, Honorable Chair. One, correct about defending these people, that they should not be answerable to the committee. That's why I brought all of them in full board.
The statement. Thank you.
Then number 2, quote me very well. I said I've just received a letter when I was leaving office.
Thank you.
Sacking 6 engineers from the Ministry of Works, including the one seated in the front bench. even themselves have not known themselves until we review it.
Procedure.
Okay. Thank you for that correction, Mr. The last one. The last one.
Honorable Emma, there's a procedural matter.
Thank you,
Honorable Emma.
Yes. The last one.
Honorable Boaz.
The last one.
Yes.
Honorable
through you, Chair, I want to know if we are really proceeding very well when we already know that some of them are sacked and they are still committing our government in front of us. Are we surely proceeding very well? I need a ruling on that. The minister has already confirmed to us that he knows the right people who has been sacked. And they are in front of us, again defending themselves, giving us, trying to convince us that they are doing something good. So surely, I need a clarification from you to know if really these people should continue committing our government in front of us when we know there is a rate already in hand of the minister.
Okay. Honorable members, criminal liability. Even if he was to be sacked and we needed him to account for public funds, we would still invite them here and they will come to respond to those questions. Two, some of them don't even know their fate. The minister has not told them. So as they are here, I think they are pointing at each other. They don't know who is going. So I think we are proceeding well. Let's have responses from that presentation. We have very many roads to discuss.
The Commissioner, National Roads, you can.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chair, through the Honourable Minister. I want to confirm that the Department of National Roads, under the Minister of Works and Transport, took over this project of Busega Mpigi when it was suspended. It was suspended because of two reasons. One of the reasons was because of non-payment. The former UNRA had not paid the contractor up to about 98 billion and the contractor could not progress. Number two was the issue of financial arrangement. Because the original loan had been utilized, the contractor was not sure whether there was going to be additional money. So because of those two reasons under UNRA, the project that was handed over to the department was suspended. And like the minister said, indeed, with the approval of the loan by Parliament from ADB, the contractor started mobilization. With the confirmation of 10% payment from ADB, and indeed it was paid, because it was demanding 98 billion, but it was paid 46. And that's why you can see that the contractor has now started work, although the financial arrangements have not been concluded. Parliament approved, the financing agreement was signed, but now they are contracting arrangements to make sure that the contract is formalized with the new rates, and that's the arrangement that has been undertaken under the Department of National Roads, Minister of Works and Transport. Chair, I just want to confirm that, like the Minister said, indeed we have very clear instructions on how to proceed as a department and the ministry. I did explain to you the challenges we experienced with the financing, but I didn't progress on the other challenges which you raised, Chair. Number one was the issue of land acquisition right of way, and clearly, like the minister said, we are under instruction not to sign any contract before we acquire 50% of the land. That's an instruction that the department and the minister at large is going to comply with going forward. Number two, on the issue of design changes, these changes we are discussing that has caused all these challenges. The ministry, then former UNRA, came up with design policy to guide the process so that there is clarity on who does what. Because when these things happened under Busega, I think the processes were not very clear, even it was audited by audit. But following that, a design policy was created under UNRA, and now under the Ministry of Works, we have regulations which now are going to guide, and people have to sign, they take responsibility. So that in future, under the department, there is not going to be asking who is responsible for what. It will be black and white. Someone will have signed.
Commissioner, kindly respond to the questions. We know you may have a way forward, but first respond to the questions that we are dealing with right now.
Okay, with the questions, number one, with my recollection, I mean, I don't have the facts. I would beg that I think.
Who has?
Pardon?
You respond something you are sure.
Okay, what I know is that this project commenced as a capacity improvement to fix the existing road of Busega Mpigi. Along the way, the consultant was asked to assess options, and the consultant came up with the report, he came up with a detailed report, which I was quote, and it is on the basis of those reports that the entity, the former UNRWA, went tender. And that was the basis for the 540.
Okay, that report, the 547 billion, how much did you pay the consultant?
I don't recall because those...
But who has the information?
That information, Chair, happened before even I took over. It was before 2015.
Who was there before?
It was...
Don't you get a handover report? Now you are telling us to ask who exactly. You have come here as a ministry to give us answers. So how much did you pay the consultant? It's simple.
Would beg Chair that we prepare a report and we compile because I don't have that information.
Chair,
Honorable
Chair, I'm disappointed. We gave the ministry enough time. And now, some of us are privy to some reports. There was detailed engineering design way before. Now we want to know who made the change. Who made the change? Because there was a gaffe, what? They made designs complete. We have any copies. Now, who made the change? And the minister clearly said that there were land titles in the swamp. So the minister also, through you, Chair, maybe the PS, they provide us who was the title owner and who made that title. We are not on the road, but even the mafia who made the title in the swamp. So may we know who changed the design, because the original one had everything in the dry land. Now somebody just changed in the wetland because they had acquired dubiously the land title. So we want to know, through your Honour Chair, from the minister, who made the changes. Thank you.
I'm insisting on the consultant because we know the leakages in procurements are always in consultancy fees. So you first procured a contractor to do preliminary, or I may say draft, for the 547. Then you again gave the same contractor another job now to make the fine. Just help us understand.
Honorable Chair, through the Honorable Minister, there were two consultants involved here.
Different consultants?
Yes.
Okay.
There was one consultant who did the feasibility study and detailed design. He completed his assignment, and it was on the basis of those documents prepared by that consultant in 2015 that they applied to African Development
What's
Bank.
the name of the consultant?
It's called the GAF consultant.
GAF?
GAF.
How much did you pay?
I don't have the figure of it, Honorable Chair.
So who has? You just point. You have very many. Just point. Say.
Because there was the engineer Patrick Mulembe and the engineer Moses Ochole, and unfortunately they are not here. Those who manage that contract.
We have the deputy PS, acting PS, sorry, who should be now in custody of this information as the accounting office.
Honorable Chair, I request that we prepare this information and provide it. We shall find it.
So you don't know?
Right now, I cannot give you an answer.
Okay, how much did you pay the second consultant?
Now, the second consultant was...
Who did the final? And why did you bring, and the name of the company, and why you brought a second consultant?
Now, the second consultant was supposed to be hired to do the design review and construction supervision. This consultant is called the DOA. Yes, so his job was to review the design that was prepared by GAF, and if there were any gaps, he was supposed to address those gaps.
They can't hear. Maybe you pull your microphone closer.
Okay, the consultant, the second consultant, was hired to do a detailed design review and construction supervision to supervise the contractor. Now, that consultant, the details, I think we have them, the contract manager can give them. Because for that one, the details are around.
The second consultant was Doha.
Was Doha, yes.
They submitted a report in April 2021.
Yes.
What was the amount on that report?
Okay.
Over there? the total amount the consultant had reviewed to make that final scope and design?
The civil works was, I think, 1.3.
Do you have a copy of that document?
I don't have it here, but I can share.
So, Chair, may we know, is it this new consultant who diverted or what?
No. Even that one, there are still issues. The first consultant did what you call draft preliminary. That was GAF. And they used the draft design and scope to borrow money from African Development Bank to come to Parliament here and approve, to even get a contract and sign using the draft. Then they now get Doha now to do the final scope and design. The amount from the documentation I have, it was 680 billion from Doha. You have a chance, you have about 30 minutes to present that report that is contrary to what we have. So now the contractor says, no, that is too little. I need to go and do my own calculation. They come up with 1.2 billion, which is 218% change from the 547. You want... Honorable Minister, you help us. The people don't know.
Chair, maybe... Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I think what I know, these are things which happened in 2015, most of the information which you need, when UNRWA was still in existence. And it is true, some of these engineers were there, but still serving under lower positions. And when they were coming here, they forgot the past and concentrated on the present. I'm kind of requesting, if you can give us time, even before we leave, because we know we're here at the whole day, you will allow us, we make some calls that before we finish in the evening, we present this information to you. Because I'm sure they're going to tell you lies, and eventually report they present something different. But this information is available. We can make calls before the committee ends. They bring us that very important information which you need.
Honorable Chair, I have some information.
Honorable Nathan, then Honorable Swaka.
I am surprised. When one is talking of former UNRWA, he was part of UNRWA, and the director of planning. Why don't you be accountable? Nobody's going to take you to court. At the moment we can know the truth, the better. Because you could not have been there, but you became a director of planning. When did you become a director?
I became a director in October 2015.
2015?
October, yes.
Thank you. So when you look at this agreement, you are part of it. You should own up, please. And we'll move on. I thank you.
Honorable Swaka.
Honorable Chair, Gulf they are talking about, I have a copy of the report, which I can share to you. In 2013, they did a detailed, and the distance for this Busega was 32, but the contract was for 23. You know, the consultant made 30 something, and he guided on the amount. Now UNRWA reduced even the kilometers, but increased the cost. So you see, the kilometers were 32 with that 500. Now here, the road was reduced by close to 9 kilometers, and the price hiked. So I think wanted to know who made the changes and why, who brought Doha and why the changes. Because Gulf made at 32, and that was his cost. Now this one.
Mr. Wani, you came with most of these projects from UNRWA.
Yes, correct.
You have this information.
Correct.
Give us this information.
The information is available, Chair, only that we didn't come along with it here. Because we were requested to provide status of the project. We did not expect it to go in this in-depth. Like information has started coming, my colleagues have started sending those who are not here. So we will bring you this information as soon as possible, because it is there. We will actually compile it and bring it. Now, in terms of owning up, the former UNRA was structured in a way that we have the board, the accounting office, and the number of directors. For me, I was indeed responsible for planning. And this project in 2015 was handed to me when all the designs had been completed. That's why I needed to check whether indeed it was a preliminary or detail, and the consultant is there to confirm whether he did a preliminary or a detail. So that's the information I said I needed to double check, and I submitted instead of telling you information of faith, something of faith. If it was, if you submitted a final design and scope, it would have incorporated the tolls and the rest. So there's no way it would have attracted a change of over 218%. Mr. Wani, were you on the contracts committee that awarded this contract? I don't recall. I was chairperson of...
Mr. Wani,
yes.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Were you a member of the contracts committee?
I was the chairman of the contracts committee.
How many members here at the back were with you on that committee? You just read out their names and they stand up.
I don't think there is any member here.
You are the only one who was on that, and you are the chair of that contracts committee. Which means we are dealing with the right person.
What I recall, Chair, is the actual contract awarded is the 554 that I remember. But the details of the details of the payments for the feasibility study, that was it started in 2012, like I said. The design process started in 2012. It was completed in 2015 before I became director. So it was what we got from the people who were involved in the design process. They recommended procurement process to commence. You are the institutional knowledge.
You are the chairman of the contracts committee. You chair the contracts committee that gave a contract to a certain person, company, using preliminary designs. Just say yes or no on the microphone.
Chair, like I said, the consultant prepared a detailed design, which they are now calling a...
Did you use a preliminary design to award the contract, yes or no?
There was a design prepared by the consultant.
Yes or no? Was it a preliminary design or not?
I think to the best of my knowledge, it was a detailed design prepared by GAF.
It was a detailed design with the express tolls.
With express tolls.
You see, there was...
From the discussions, and there is evidence on record, on the documents which were presented, even in a loan agreement, the tolls were supposed to be constructed by O&M operator. There were no tolls in the design.
So I've asked, was it a preliminary design or not?
Now, on the basis of the tolls, sir, I think let's just clarify it.
It's not only the tolls. There's a lot more that was not in that design, and it was a preliminary design, to my knowledge.
Honorable Minister, before you came in, the previous presenter had already conceded that a preliminary design was used to go and borrow, and also to engage in the contract. That is the information we had before you came in.
Honorable Naivale, you have been dying, itching.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Initially, I was coming in to be on the side of the Commissioner, but when he kept answering and answering, it became hard to defend him. But since the Minister has given, he has asked, if I heard him well, he asked that they be given some time, I don't know how much time, Chair, to avail us with all the information from what you've been asking. and what his team has, because he also stated in his statement that these engineers might end up telling lies. So when the telling lies came in, I thought maybe now moving forward we should put them on oath, because when the letter, the adrenaline in that side has set high. So we might get answers that are not right also. I don't know how much time the Minister Chair wanted to avail us with information. Since he's here and he's their leader, he could let us know. So we are also human. We don't seem like we are here to push them against the wall, and the letters come in, they are stepping in and out. We don't know who is answering to what. We might be talking to someone when they've had the news of the letter and things are not comfortable that side. We don't want people to collapse, Chair. But also having them on oath would be good. So by the time they leave, we know who is staying with us. Thank you.
Honorable Opio.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we need basically about 4 reports. One, the consultant report that brought the figure to 680 billion. 2, report that in 80 billion to 1.3 trillion. 3, the minister in his communication stated that the figure might again increase from 1 trillion to 2 trillion. We again need those figures, because what appears to be happening, we are just gambling and not telling us the actual facts. But fourthly, we need to know where the approvals came from, because these are substantial variations from the contract sum, and we need to get sufficient documentation. And I suggest, Chair, let's give them 1 hour to produce that information. 1 day might be too long. They might again change other things in it. Thank you.
Chair, through you, my senior. Chair, the minister, as he prepares that information.
Chair, I wanted to clarify something.
Honourable Minister, you wait.
Just a
you
minute, you
may even
clarify
start answering with mine. Honourable Chair, I'm receiving WhatsApp messages. They think as a committee and the minister, we are concealing information from the public. The president was elected by the people, and the minister said people were sacked. So members are asking, who are those ones? We mentioned them. It doesn't mean they will go away, because members, yeah, unless otherwise, because everyone is now fearing he thinks he's the one. So in good faith, unless otherwise, Chair, you guide, but members are asking. Thank you.
Just one more. Mr. Chair, the minister just learned from the minister that this project, after 6 years, below 50% performance, this man of 547 billion plus was finished. Below 50% performance, the money was what? Was finished. We want to know from the PS, is it true that this money is finished when the project performance is still below 50%? Then also he has just told us that staff of engineers from the Ministry of Works have been getting 3% respectively from contractors before being awarded the contracts, but also on payment of their first installment of the contract. The PS is here. Can he clarify on this information from the minister? Is it true or it is false?
Honorable Minister.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair.
Let me just give guidance on the issue of the names. I'm sure presidential letter would have guidelines on how these people, maybe they need to write to them officially. So let it take its course of action. Anyway, would want them to still be happy with us, enjoy our tea. So wouldn't want to deliver bad news, but a presidential letter should have probably procedures to follow. So let's give due process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and thank you for the guidance. I would like to clarify on the honourable colleague who says I said it might need more money from 1.3 trillion to 2 trillion. It's not it might, it is confirmed. We need the more 700 billion, which will take it to 2 trillion, because we need to do the interchange, which will eventually connect that very road to the Northern Bypass, to the Entebbe Express, and other alternative routes. Without that, still the road will remain redundant, and that's money which our engineers looked through. They came up with that figure, and that's why I was saying before we end it today, in a few hours, all that information you have asked, we shall be able to submit it in writing. Our people already working to provide that information. Then also, what the honorable colleague asked about the PS. The PS who is in front of you, she's new. She has been under secretary in the Ministry of Works and Transport. Depending on that very project of Mpigi, she also saw the boss, the PS, being interdicted, who is under investigation. And really, when you ask her most of these things, she may not be in a position to have. But trust me, all the information needed on this project, including the one Engineer Wani has not brought, before it clocks 2, we shall be able to provide it in writing here to the chair. And if you get so, we shall even bring him up. But also, however, this committee has powers to invite, including those people in UNRWA who left, to come here. They answer those queries. If it needs me, even a minister, to lead them together with the ones which are here, I can, so that they answer this one to the committee. Because I see people here throwing out responsibilities which I will not know is wrong or true or no, like what you're asking Wani. It might be true, but all of that, everyone who is involved there, these Ugandans, they are here. Honorable Chair, I've seen a very transparent person, very patriotic. You can wish, invite them to the committee. They answer. Thank you.
I think, being the chair of the contracts committee, I think you would have more information even than the members. So if you want by 2, you should have that information, because it's also not proper for us to proceed without the adequate information from the stakeholders.
Maybe through the Honourable Minister, I was chair from 2016.
You now have the information?
Yes, I was chair from 2016 to 2018. This project was awarded in 2019. But it started when I was the chair. But the award was in 2018.
So they started the awarding of this contract when you were a chair?
Yes.
But by the time they awarded, you had left?
They started the procurement process. But the award was in 2019. The award of the contract.
No, but it is your committee that evaluated these bidders. Is this true or not?
No, it is not true, Chair.
So you were chair of which committee?
I was the chair of the committee from 2016 to 2018. And this project was awarded in 2019.
So who was the chair at that time?
I don't recall, either Kizito Charles.
But who has information now?
We have the information, and the information has started, they have started sending some of the information for it.
So that's why we said we give you up to 2. It's simple.
That's okay, Chair.
Members, then this...
Honourable Chair was requesting, for the purpose since you invited us, this is one project, and we presented about 23 projects. If we would proceed with the others, meanwhile as we process the information for this very first project, because if we went back from now to 2, the 3 hours we should have wasted your time. If we proceed with others...
We are not breaking off.
Okay.
We are just saying we are giving up to 2. Then we proceed with the next road.
Thank
Members,
you, Chair.
we have a lot today.
Thank you.
We can't probe this any further without information. Honorable Emaj.
Chair, mine is just very brief. I just wanted to request the Commissioner, in addition to the information they are presenting, if they can also include the interim payment certificates and then also the progress certificates. The reason I'm asking that, we just want to compare if these are actually commensurate to the information that they are giving us. Thank you.
And the minutes of those contract committees. So can we proceed with the next road?
Yes, Chair. Mine is